girl.
Sorry.
So am I.
What was that?
Inquisitor. I was not expecting a visit. You had little interest in speaking to me privately before. But as dear Josephine says, it's never too late to make a friend.
No, it's never too late to make a friend.
I hope I'm not disrupting anything.
The commander was just delivering the names of those we lost at Haven. You must blame me for this.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
More likely they would have stayed out there, died, and we would have lost Haven anyway.
You don't know that. Their lives could have bought Haven a small chance. My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter.
Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus...
We are better than Corypheus.
You're being awfully human for a pope.
Our agents have encountered more followers of Corypheus, these so-called Venatori. Their leader, Calpurnia, has them searching elven ruins. For what, I do not know. I propose we stop the Venatori before they find what they seek.
Do you know anything about Calpurnia?
Only that Calpurnia is a name from ancient Tevinter legend. An unusual one. She was a priestess of Dumat, foster mother to the founder of the Imperium. A name like that is meant to assure the Venatori they follow in the footsteps of legends. We must prove them wrong.
I'm pleased to see my spy master is on top of the matter.
I try. These Venatori have been shadowing a merchant called Vicinius on Calpurnia's orders. They've investigated his finances, surveyed his warehouses. I propose that you meet with Vicinius. Flatter him. Find out what he knows of Calpurnia.
Vicinius sounds like a Tevinter name.
Born in Tallow. Although he claims to be from Virantium, he sells rare oils and amber, and prefers red wine to white.
What side of the bed does he sleep on?
He's unremarkable. I cannot think why Calpurnia would care.
What if Vicinius is as much in the dark as we are?
It never hurts to eliminate an avenue of inquiry. And we should tread lightly with the Venatori. They have contacts and spies, just as we do. The sooner you speak with Vicinius, the better.
We need him to open up about these bloodthirsty cultists. I'll bring wine.
Vicinius could be a useful ally. Merchants travel. And they love gossip as much as coin. I'll make arrangements for you to visit his summer home in Val Royeaux. Hopefully your attention should be enough to pique his interest. We'll have Calpurnia's secrets yet. Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The only thing that you have to be that someone. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh, you are referring to my outburst in the Haven. I am much better now. Justinia was such a dear friend, and there were so many things going wrong.
Sometimes it's best to talk these things out.
I was there when the hero Ferelden defeated the Archdemon. We won the day, and I thought the Maker smiled on me. When the Divine requested my help, I went to her. I owed her that much. I sacrificed so much to do the Maker's work. But now, Justinia is dead. I was angry. I felt betrayed. But I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You were grieving and upset. I understand.
Thank you. Now, enough of this. Let us think more pleasant thoughts.
They called you the left hand of the Divine.
That they did? What of it?
What is the point of an Inquisition?
Justinia would have started the Inquisition if the Divine Conclave failed to restore peace. She hoped that with enough support, we could challenge the very tenets of the Chantry. She wanted the Chantry to treat the mages fairly. But sometimes I wonder, why stop at mages? The Chantry has committed many injustices. If we're going to change it, why not change the whole thing? It's just a thought. None of this will be possible if we fail.
I'll try not to break anything.
That's good to hear.
What exactly does the left hand of the Divine do?
A Divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
Why did Justinia have so many enemies?
There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. Unlike many, she wasn't given to the Chantry as a child. She chose it, and somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm.
Isn't like most of like major religions thing like you have to choose it? Like you can't just force onto people. Yeah, you can be born onto it, but someone who chose it is better than someone who's born into it.
It sounds like you did some unscrupulous things as the left hand.
Perhaps, but wouldn't you do anything to protect what you love?
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Is there something more than friendship between you?
You're asking if we were lovers? Typical. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea. I was at my lowest. Broken, lost. And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
We'll talk more later.
Enchantment? That's not enchantment.
Inquisitor?
The Arcanist has arrived.
You should see for yourself.
Enchantment. Come on. Let me see him. Let me see that little adorable little fucking chubby face. Please don't tell me this is a thing. Oh, it's a thing? It's not a person? Oh god, is that it? Oh god. Oh god. Is it gonna talk? Please don't tell me it's gonna talk. Is it gonna talk? It's gonna talk, isn't it? Enchantment, where are you?
Hello there.
Aw.
It did say she in the writing.
Okay. It's so tiny.
Well, don't just stand there slack-jawed. Let's figure out what you need.
You're
Do you
the
recognize
magical
her?
advisor.
You're him.
Earlier
The Inquisitor.
in story, we saw her, didn't we?
I'm Dagna. Arcanist Dagna.
I don't.
It's an honor, your worship.
You
Is that it?
got her to go from
It's pretty.
the dwarf area in
was pretty
Origins.
too.
Oh!
You sent her
to the
to
surface.
learn at the Circle.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
She was the one that was like obsessed with mage stuff, and she wanted to study even though she could never do magic.
But she could at least study and know.
Yes. And so you went out of your way to go to the Circle and convince them to take her and teach her anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now she's a fucking master runesmith.
Basically, yeah.
I welcome you to the Inquisition. And
That
look
seems like a
forward to your
worthwhile
contribution.
adventure to
Me
do.
too.
Yeah.
I've heard some impossible things. I love impossible things. Those are the best to make, well, possible. I've looked at Harrod's devices. The precision is fantastic, but typical. Mundane. Old thinking.
This one now.
No disrespect to impossible trades, but you need a new perspective. I've made adjustments. As long as I keep making them, you can craft just about anything. Almost safely.
Where does a dwarf go to study magical theory?
Get out. I asked myself that question for years. Turns out, not in Orzammar. I had to start at a circle. I had help, though. A Grey Warden, and I am forever grateful.
Not just any Grey
In that
Warden.
section, I
The
visited a
Grey
half
Warden.
dozen circles.
Yeah.
Wonders I've seen. And with an objective eye, I can spot where they overlap. That's a surprise for every teacher. It's a grand tradition, and it works so well with new thinking.
You seemed impressed by the anchor. What does it look like to you?
I heard what everyone says what you heard Carifia say. It's a long chain of who said what. To me, it says key. But keys do a lot of things. Open, lock, switch. Some open one thing, some open everything. It sounds like Carifius made it to open. But it looks like you can use it to close. It may be that simple. It sure is pretty. Wish I could see through it.
In comes Solus to fucking stab her in the back. No one must know its
You were
secrets.
quick to join the Inquisition. Is there something you want?
How could I waste a chance to get close to you?
I mean, you know,
And
Carifius
Carifius,
made the
my
mark
goodness.
now. It's not like Solus
Actual
made it.
physical rifts in the veil. Also, dwarves, we don't dream. So when mages talk about it, I can only, well, dream what it would be like.
It was made
So
using
there's
his own
that, and
magic,
all
so
the things
like
you'll probably
magic
find,
items, so
what I'll get to make.
that could be a
Rules
risk.
are different here. Plus, you're paying me a lot. Like, wow, so much.
What qualifies you to be an arcanist?
I took the title because I'm a magical researcher, philosopher, and master of practical application. And I like it. I can't actually do magic because I'm a dwarf, but that also means no risk of possession. Safer than a mage. It means that every skill I have, I've learned through reason and understanding. Coming from the Smith caste, I know the value of mastering a craft. Did you know dwarves invented enchanting? Probably.
What is it you do exactly?
I was born to the forge. That's literal in the Smith caste. So the hammer and tong, that's like a heartbeat. But you've a man for that already, and a good one. I'm here because of my passion for magic. Magical study, magical theory, magical enchantment, and through
Enchantment.
it, the manipulation of masterworks. I studied it all with an objective eye. No secrets, no fears. That lets me apply principles like no other. Maybe one other, but I don't have that wonky of a mind, so I still kind of win.
What's the story with enchanting?
Lyrium is the heart. In certain rational patterns, it beats like something alive. That's how I see it. So, a mage can make your weapons do things, but with the right runes, the right rarities, your toys become wonders. It's the one thing mages can't do. Drives them mad. Literally. Dwarves are resistant, so it doesn't affect us. Mostly.
You have the ability to make exceptional weapons and armor. Masterworks.
There's an art to the forge, as well as enchanting. You need an ear for it. And hands. Eyes, too. Nothing bad to say about Harrod on that front. He's wonderful. But there's this little more needed. With the right bits, an edge can be more than an edge. Armor can do more than protect. A hue can be just a bit brighter. In short, smithing can be more. In short.
Another time, Dagger.
Ah,
You want made, and I'll make sure it goes just right.
it's so
Ready to answer the
funny.
great mysteries. It'll be wonderful.
You mentioned a Grey Warden who helped you start your studies.
Not any Grey Warden. The Grey Warden.
The
Hero of
Grey
Ferelden's hero of
Warden.
Orzammar, too.
The hero for
It's
Alden.
incredible that someone like the hero of Ferelden would stop to help the little people. Literally.
I think she likes little
You gave
jokes
up
a little
so
much.
Left your home. Was it really that amazing?
Yes. I left my home and my family, but I knew. I just knew I could be more than a smith. I wish my people weren't stuck in the past, and I regret that my father couldn't imagine another life for me. But I don't regret what I did.
Your years of study have paid off.
Oh yes, the mages said I brought a valuable perspective. I've even presented my work to the College of Enchanters. I wanted an exchange. The Surface could learn about lyrium smithing, and Orzammar would gain knowledge of magic. But now there's no college. And so far as the Shaper is concerned, I'm castless. So you're getting my best work, Inquisitor. Let's make some great stuff.
The Warden affected you in a special way.
Talk to anyone, they'll say the same. It was a dark time. There was one light. He saved us. Saved me.
All right.
Right, sorry.
It's been an hour now, and you've accomplished
Nothing.
basically, yeah.
Skip animation. Hey, baby girl.
Well, about time
Lesbian
you came around
girl.
to talk, innit?
What?
Sign me up, then not so much as a welcome.
Hey,
Little
you-
busy, I
you
hope,
didn't talk to
making
her in
sure
the old
this new
place.
Can keep that pissing archdemon. And the thing controlling it, that we're hunting. Droste, what did I step in?
I've apparently been through a lot. Yes, Corypheus was a surprise.
No, a surprise would be, oh, I stepped in dog shite. No one says, oh, a Magister God monster, I'm surprised. Impossible things aren't surprises.
The ancient thing trying to kill us seems pretty real.
Don't get me started. Oh, wait, too late, right? A Magister who cracked the Black City. It's a hazy dream, right? I mean, if it's real, then the seat of the Maker? Real thing. A seat needs a butt, so the Maker? Real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world? Real things. It's too far, innit? I just want to plug the Skyhole rubbish so I can go play.
Keep calling it nonsense. That perspective will keep the Inquisition grounded.
Oh, I can do that. Sure could use a few more people shouting no. We fight, the bad things go away, everyone calms down, and everything goes back to normal. A nice, well-paid normal.
Don't even bother.
Yeah.
Don't even bother. Well, that's so mean. She's lesbian, BioWare. That is so mean. Ugh.
Starting to not sound completely crazy.
I know, scary, innit?
Don't ever call a
So
woman
bring 'em
crazy.
on.
Don't ever
First,
call a woman
food.
crazy.
I'm starving.
Tell me about yourself.
I don't care.
What? I picked it up here and there.
You don't
Where
care
did I
about
find
her?
one in alley?
Then why don't you just say goodbye? Stop asking questions.
Denim for... Good, right? Like that's soulless, right? It's all fancy dress, not history.
We'll talk.
If you say
Like how in Dragon Age 2 you listen to everything. And now you're not even reading the sub. You just like on the complete opposite. It's worse than in Origins now.
We got shit to do. I really don't care about you. I'm not talking to you.
Doesn't this place look so nice?
Shout
It's
Harding.
great.
Your worship.
Shouldn't.
Not me, though. Sister Liliana glanced at me to...
Why even select the dialogue option if you're gonna spacebar through it or whatever so quickly that you can't read anything? Why even select the option?
How is a place like this?
Guys.
You could also just pace these things a little more, like do some conversation, go do some side stuff, come back, do some more conversation, instead of spacebarring through a bunch of shit that you won't be able to repeat.
Well, yes, but... What? What?
Oh.
What? What? Uh-oh. Okay.
What?
Oh, to change the,
Huh.
What's going on? Oh, he's gonna tell a story. He's telling a story. And so they needed you to tell a
Inquisitor,
game.
Meet Hawk,
Ah!
champion of Kirkwall. Though
What?
I don't use that title much anymore. Hawk, the Inquisitor.
I figured you might have some friendly advice about.
Told you would meet him.
Corypheus.
All right, well, I just
You
met
and
fucking
I
Hawk.
did fight him after all.
I wonder if that's the armor I was wearing. I don't remember.
I think that's the champion's armor.
This
Okay.
view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first. But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thedas.
You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the
Was this
Wardens
in, like, a DLC?
disappeared, they
Probably.
could have fallen under his control again.
I think I've watched this
If that's
DLC.
what happened to the Wardens, do you think we can free them?
Because I do specifically remember
But we need
that
to know
Corypheus
more
was
first.
set up
I've got a friend in the Wardens.
in a
He's
DLC.
investigating something
in a
unrelated
fight.
for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
Crestwood!
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
We've encountered red lyrium. Corypheus was using it to corrupt the Templars and turn them into his slaves.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I appreciate the help.
I'm doing this as much for myself as for you. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
Fuck!
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
The Grey Wardens had him imprisoned. They used my father's blood in a ritual to seal Corypheus inside. But he could still reach out and influence the Warden's thoughts. He sent them after me. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back. Or maybe it's old Tevinter magic. But he was dead. I swear it.
Where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
I'd like to know more about Anders. What was he like?
I don't know if there ever was just Anders. He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him except this insane need to start a war no one could win.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
Mom's dead.
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had
This
my
is a
friend
circle
Aveline
mage.
take my sister out of the Free Marches. Isabella and I never believed in being tied down. When I had to go into hiding, she understood.
Aww.
We'll see each other again. Until then, she'll be having fun.
What?
But hopefully not too much fun.
Assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition. I think the exact phrase was, has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess.
We'll talk later.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
Parkour. Parkour.
I don't know if I ever tried that. I don't usually think of falling like that.
Well, we both did think in different ways, Riz.
Apparently.
Obviously, I'm the crazy person, right?
Well, I don't think not crazy people jump off of gigantic castle walls.
But it's so much more efficient. Look at it. Colin.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Wonder how they make the
Commander,
cloth stick like
soldiers
that.
have been assigned temporary quarters.
Very good. I'll need an update on the armory as
Because it
well.
looks like it's a wrap, but it can't possibly be a wrap.
Now! We set up as best we could at Haven, but could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was. With some warning, we might have...
We were all shaken by what happened.
If Corypheus strikes again, we may not be able to withdraw. And I wouldn't want
That doesn't
to.
even have a pencil.
We must be ready. Work on Skyhold is underway. Guard rotations established. We should have everything on course within the week. We will not run from here, Inquisitor.
How many were lost?
Most of our people made it to Skyhold. It could have been worse. Morale was low, but has improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor.
Everyone has so much faith in my leadership. I hope I'm ready.
You won't have to carry the Inquisition alone, although it must feel like it. We needed a leader, and you have proven yourself.
You responded quickly to the attack on Haven. Without that, so many more would have died. I'm grateful for any help you can give.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I will do everything I can to ensure the security of our people. You have my word.